Did Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl tease a new Pokemon for Pokemon Legends Arceus? Let's take a look. Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys a brand new video today, and today we're gonna dive into the world of Pokemon Legends Arceus and a possible teaser that was left behind in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. For those who haven't been following, the Riddler has spoken again, and there's a ton of information for us to break down regarding the news, rumors, and leaks for the upcoming Pokemon Legends Arceus game. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button down below, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, so you don't miss out on our epic Pokemon content. And if you haven't done so yet, you guys go to TeamShiny.com and pick up one of our amazing Team Shiny t-shirts. Until the end of the month, you can use code SHINY to get 15% off your t-shirt order if you pick up 3 or more t-shirts, so don't miss out on that. And again, pardon my voice, I just did a 153-hour marathon, so I don't have the best voice yet, but let's jump into things. Let's talk Legends Arceus and everything in between. Let's do it. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you guys is this really cool Arceus map developed by PokeZack494. I'll put a link and all the other sources in the description below, so check this out. But basically, he created this interactive map where you could like click on different things and it'll show you where you are in the map based on images and screenshots that we've seen before from the game. So he actually went through and like made this super interactive map that shows all the different screenshots and all sorts of cool stuff. I thought this would be fun for you guys to take a look at and play with. I find it really interesting, and look at that hair. I love me some hair cross, man, I really do. But obviously, it's speculation. You know, we can't promise that everything's 100% accurate here, but I think it's actually super duper cool, and I honestly didn't see this getting as much attention as it should have, so I figured I'd plug it in my video so you guys could take a look. But good job, PokeZack. I think this is really neat, dude. Okay, now we're gonna set the stage for why we believe there's gonna be a new form of Qwilfish headed into Pokemon Legends Arceus, and that's what a lot of this video is about. And then we're gonna talk about Riddler and Riddler Khu and what they have to say about Legends Arceus, as they've given us more insight as well. So first things first, there's multiple pieces here, so you're gonna have to stick with me. But if you guys go to the Canalave library, there is a new book in the Canalave library in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl that you can access that was not in the original games. The text is called, the text reads the following. Once upon a time in the East Sea, there was a Pokemon known as the Prince. A brave human asked Pokemon living in the sea to let them see the Prince. So when we think of the Prince of Pokemon, we think of, or the Prince of the Sea, we think of Manaphy. It then goes on to say, Mantike, Buizel, and a Qwilfish with huge spikes acknowledged the humans' bravery and joined them. Mantike, Buizel, and a Qwilfish with huge spikes. Why would they point out the Qwilfish there with huge spikes separate from the other Pokemon? Together they set off in a boat over the sunset-streaked sea, sailing through the ocean gates stretched over the waves. News of this reached to the ears of the prince, who went to meet the brave little party at the seaside hollow. So what's very interesting is that it calls out the Qwilfish specifically, as opposed to calling out the other particular Pokemon. And the reason why that's so important is when we look at the riddles from the Riddler so far, Qwilfish is actually one of the ones that is very important and has been speculated as number 7. So if you haven't seen this image right here yet, guys, this is basically the Riddler's riddle for this generation. There's 12 riddles indicating various different Pokemon, and I've covered these pretty extensively on the channel, but very quickly to run through them. The first one is a reference to essentially the typing of Typhlosion, Hisuian Qwilfish. The second one is a reference to Zoroark, and it goes on, right? The third one we don't really know yet. The fourth one is a speculation of a Hisuian Electrode line. The fifth one is a reference to the Lady Pokemon, which has to do with one of the Wardens. The sixth one is in relation to the Hisuian Decidueye or Rowlet line becoming a fighting type. The seventh one is the one that we're mainly speaking of, which again looks like a cactus, obviously. But the reason why people think this refers to Qwilfish is because the text here is Harisen, which is related to thousands needles. So there's some ties there in terms of the actual cactus and the text that was on the initial image and some of the riddles that people have kind of delved into. The general consensus in the community is image 7 is related to Qwilfish getting a Hisuian form. And this dates back months, right? This goes back weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, going back to October, going back to September. People have speculated that this was going to be related to a Hisuian Qwilfish line. And then simultaneously, we get the text from the book that states that there's a Qwilfish with large spikes. So again, it could be coincidence, but ultimately, the fact that we have two different things coming out at us, the Riddler and the textbook from the game, which clearly was put in there for a reason as a teaser, I really genuinely believe at this point we are getting a Hisuian Qwilfish Pokemon or some sort of Qwilfish line in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Again, I can't confirm with 100%, but I have a really strong feeling that we are getting a new evolution or a new line or a new form for Qwilfish in the upcoming Pokemon games. And again, we can go through the rest of this riddle and break it down, but I've covered this pretty extensively in other videos, so I'm not too concerned about that. But if you guys want a recap of the riddle video, let me know in the comment section below and I can go through everything a little bit more in depth about kind of what the Riddler's been saying. But very interesting stuff as we have all that. Now, going back to Riddler Khu, he actually decided to rewrite the riddle as another riddle. Or rewrite the book rather, the new book, as a new riddle. And he goes on to say, once upon a time in the East Seas, there was a Pokemon known as the Weeping Princess. The seventh knight asked the Pokemon living there to let them see the princess. Electrike, Clobopus, and Inkay with its evil smile acknowledged this warrior's bravery and joined them. Together they set off over the boat in the sunset-stroked sea, sailing through where the ocean gate stretched over the waves. Now, the screenshot from the ocean gate is a screenshot we've actually seen multiple times from Legends Arceus. So I'm wondering if that's actually the ocean gate that they're referencing, because it's like, it almost looks like Pinsir, like the head of Pinsir essentially, in the water, and that very much so is like a visual representation of a gate. So some pretty cool stuff. Now, I'll be honest, I don't have a ton of insight as to being able to decipher what this reference is. Galarian Corsola, what's going on with his secondary riddle with Electrike and Clobopus and Inkay, but I do believe genuinely that we are indeed getting a new form of Qwilfish in Legends Arceus. And we're not even done yet. Let's keep going. So from there, Riddler Khu, which by the way, I should have probably started with this. The Riddler is pretty much confirmed to be legit at this point, guys, as an FYI. They predicted so many things about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, from the legendaries in Ramanas Park to one of the contest outfits that Jasmine wore to the Diglett quest underground. It's very clear this person has connections. Like, I think anyone who's been following this doesn't dispute that at that point. So I probably should have led with that, but that's something to make note of. So just an FYI, we do believe that the Riddler to be legit. They then go on to say that, you know, the disharmonious creature mentioned in the description will finally get its counterpart in PLA and link some character's background story. Interesting, huh? And it's a screenshot to this from Fire Red. Now, this is a Pokedex description for Raichu in Pokemon Fire Red. Its electric charges can reach even 100,000 volts. Careless contact can cause even an Indian elephant to faint. So there's a little bit of confusion here from this riddle, and that's kind of how this works. Is this in relation to the Indian elephant, which the first thing that comes to mind would be Caparaja, potentially Donphan, maybe Mamoswine, but most likely Caparaja or Donphan. Is it a connection to that, or is this a connection to Raichu and a potential new creature that has a counterpart, maybe Gorochu, maybe some sort of relation to the Pikachu line? So it's a little hard to say, because it could be related to the Indian elephant here, or it could be related to, obviously, Raichu, which is the description. So a little bit of confusion there. But nonetheless, very interesting. So let me know if you guys have any thoughts on that. And then last but not least, Riddler Khu goes on to describe some of their thoughts on Pokemon Legends Arceus as someone who has played the game, presumably. My feelings about Pokemon Legends Arceus: grinding, hardcore, fresh for some parts, like you need different action-wise strategies on different boss fights, but meanwhile, it's easy to get bored. Just my 2 cents, so don't take it too seriously. I'm gonna get it when it comes out. So they're saying that it's fresh, there's a lot of grinding, it's different, it's diverse, but sometimes it can get a little bit boring, which I don't necessarily feel like that's like the worst thing, right? Like, Pokemon in general can get a little bit boring. I mean, when you're just battling trainers and destroying them as you're heading down some random route, to me, that's not very exciting. The boss battles are what's exciting. Then goes on to rank the various Pokemon games over the last few generations, giving Sword and Shield an 8, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl a 5.5 out of 10, and Legends Arceus a 7.5 out of 10, which is an interesting take. Now again, this is one person's perspective, so don't let that dissuade you from feeling excited about this game. They then go on to say that it's kind of unfair to directly compare Legends Arceus with other main series games, because Legends Arceus focuses on a single player features that you have not experienced before in any other main series game. So regardless of all of that, it does seem as though that Legends Arceus is going to be a new experience that we have never faced before, that is going to be a new challenge with new adventures in front of us, and most likely a Hisuian Qwilfish Pokemon. So again, that was a lot to unwrap, but Riddler Khu has been our basically direct link this year, headed into the holiday season, headed into Legends Arceus and BDSP with that insider information, and with the leak and the rumors in Pokemon BDSP for that Qwilfish, and the fact that we were already expecting a Qwilfish, I feel like it's almost a match made in heaven that it's gonna happen. ultimately headed into Legends Arceus. I'm expecting a new trailer in the next few weeks, actually, as I think that Pokemon's going to shift their marketing cycle over to Legends Arceus headed into the holiday season, get people ready for the January release, January 28th. So let me know your thoughts on all that. Be sure to hit that like button down below if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and that's going to be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.